Mulțumim. O să începem curând. Mai așteptăm puțin să mai vină lume. Vom mai sta încă 5 minute, adică nu încă 5 minute, până la și 5 și apoi vom începe ședința. Yeah. We will wait another 2 minutes and we will start the meeting at 12 and 5 minutes. Okay, so time has come to start this meeting. As you know, it's going to be in English, and I think we are welcoming a few of our guests that have been participating to a different contest from AUF, and we are welcoming them to these workshops, and we are really happy that they are here. Just as a pointer to you guys, if you have any questions during the meeting, you will not be able to write on the chat because you have to be a part of the Teams meeting in a different way than you are, not as a guest. Yeah, so you will have to either raise your hand and wait for me to tell you that you can start asking your question, or if I do not see you, maybe I'm on a different screen, you will have to start your microphone and interrupt me, but only do this if you have an important question and if I'm not giving you the word um, to start asking the question. Okay, and also if you have any issues with English and you do not understand what I'm saying, I will try to keep it as rare as possible, as slow, yeah, my speech, so you can understand everything that I'm saying. And if you have any issues with that, it's the same. You just ask a question, raise your hand, or ask the question with your voice. And I will try to either explain again in Romanian if it's needed, or just explain in different words in English. If everyone is okay with that, you can send me a reaction from the chat box. Yeah, so I know that you guys heard me and everything is okay. Okay, awesome. Good. I would like to tell you a little bit of what we are going to do today. Our workshop is about App Inventor and Thunkable. So we will build a very small app in App Inventor and then try to see how it is going to be in Thunkable, to see the things that are similar in the two apps, what can be done in one that cannot be done in the other, or any things like this that you will need um, to understand about the two apps. Okay, so I will start with sharing my screen, and we will start with App Inventor. So I will ask you if it is possible. Also join me in doing what I'm doing. So don't just listen to me and look at my screen. Try to also do all the things that I am doing in your screen and try to test them and everything of this kind. Are there? I have also another question. Are there any high school students present? If you are present as a high school student, please react with a reaction from. Okay, so there are a few high school students. Okay, okay, quite a lot actually. Nice. Good, thank you. Now you will have to take back your reaction, yeah, because you raised your hand. You will have to take it back. Okay, nice. And now I have another question just for me to be able to understand what is going on. One of you already used App Inventor or Thunkable before? Again, raise your hand or just put a reaction on if you have. Okay, so if you used App Inventor or Thunkable before, just raise your hand in the chat. Okay, no one? I find it hard to believe that nobody used this. Okay, well, then that this means it will be very simple for me, but maybe a little bit more difficult for you guys. I will start by sharing my screen. Um, can you guys see my screen? Everything is okay? I will need maybe from time to time when I'm asking questions, you can unmute your microphone and say yes, no. So it's easier for me to connect a little bit with you guys, so we know what we are doing. So okay,
it's feasible. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Since we are not a tremendous amount of people in this in this meeting, that is not like we are 200 or something, you can from time to time answer with your microphone without necessarily raising your hand or this kind of stuff. Okay, as you can see, I have the website of the contest opened here. I want to show you a few things again. For example, the resources, which I think you guys already know. You can already see that the the meeting that we had yesterday is already uploaded here, and you can see it. We have the live sessions from 2021. And here you will be able to find the one that we did for Thunkable and App Inventor. I think is this one. Or not, no, this is the opening, but we will check that one out because there are quite a lot of important informations there also. But the thing is that one is in Romanian, so it will be either easier or harder. Yeah. So this live session that we are doing here is going to appear in this place over here, and you can watch it again anytime. But I will be trying to make it as clear as possible from now, so you will not need to watch it again. Also, there will be more resources added on, especially App Inventor, that we will post from our YouTube channel. If you search on YouTube, the name of you will find this channel. Yeah, and here you will have a few tutorials that you can watch, and we will post this also on the website, so you can find it there. If not, you can just subscribe to Punctul IT, and you will have anything that we will post there. This is a very important playlist because it will help you do quite a lot of things. Yeah, as you can see here, you will have quite the basics understood if you follow these tutorials. Yeah, but you have to follow them rigorously. Okay, you have to follow them as as you would do with a teacher in a classroom, while you do the same things that we do on the screen, you do on your screen also. Okay, so this is enough introductions. Yeah, the most important things are the fact that you will have resources here and that you will be able to follow. Okay, and also on YouTube if you want that, and of course if you will subscribe, we will be very happy about that, because you know, a good subscriber is always needed. Okay, we will go to App Inventor, and I'm just gonna search it. I'm gonna do everything as simple as possible. If you get a little bit bored because I'm doing it too slow, just think about all your colleagues, yeah, that maybe are not so fast as you, and we need to explain everything for them also. So I'm going to go on App Inventor, and if you guys want, you can do this also in the same time with me. The most important thing I would say here is the resources bar, because I told you we are giving you some resources. Some are in Romanian, some will be in English, but also the app itself gives you tons and tons of resources that you can use. And I would suggest to go to tutorials. Yeah, go to resources and then go to tutorials. And here you will see a few types of tutorials. I will be honest with you, I do not like the design of the web page, but the information here is really, really powerful. Yeah, and you can learn quite a lot of stuff with it. So you would have beginner tutorials, yeah, youth mobile power, it's like intermediate tutorials, and also advanced tutorials that have apparently artificial intelligence. This is a new thing that they just added. So yeah, just go around, you can just click whatever, and you will see tutorials, either videos or PDFs, or you know, whatever you need. We will do one of them together, so you understand how App Inventor works, since nobody has used it before apparently. Yeah, and we would just need to go to create apps.
Robert, I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you, but it would appear that somebody in the audience has a question and had raised your hands for you.
Okay. Yeah, you can unmute your mic and say.
Îmi pare rău, dar nu pot să văd partajarea, ecranul este negru.
Asta este valabil pentru toată lumea? Is this...
Nu, cred că e vina mea. Nu știu, calculatorul are ceva.
You might have some troubles maybe with your internet connection.
No,
normally you should wait at least one more minute and it should recover. If not, just try getting out and joining the meeting again. And again, it's not an issue if you skip a little things because everything is recorded and will be posted afterwards.
O să dau rejoin atunci.
Yeah. Just rejoin and maybe it will it will happen for you. Okay. But everyone else can see my screen, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Okay. If you are here in the same screen with me, as you can see here in the projects, you can see my project, start new project, and this kind of stuff. We will start new project, and we're just gonna say hardcore entrepreneur. Okay, I think I really hope I use it well, and we have to put an underscore there so it works. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't look extremely complicated. I wanted to show you first App Inventor because Thunkable is sort of a newer, more fancier version of App Inventor. We will look at that one too, but the structure is identical. Yeah. So we will have the same structure. If you understand App Inventor and you do tutorials from App Inventor, you will be able to understand everything else from the other app, yeah, from Thunkable. What you have to understand is the zones that you need to work with while you are working with App Inventor or Thunkable. So we have the elements that you need to basically drag and drop into your screen. You would have visible elements and invisible elements. We will use both of them today. So here you can drag and drop elements to your screen. You have user interface, you would have layout elements, media elements, drawing and animation, maps, sensors. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of things that you can do here. Yeah, you also have social, storage stuff, connectivity. Okay, I see you have some Lego Mindstorms. It's not for us, for a hardcore entrepreneur, but you can do this also. There are a few experimental ones, Firebase. And if you look on the website here, if you find the which one of the recorded meetings is the one with App Inventor that we did last year, we used this component. Yeah, we used Firebase and we learned how to connect the database to our App Inventor app, which is really, really useful. And you should definitely watch that tutorial as well. It's a bit longer since it was a live version, but you can just skip through it and just take whatever you need from it. Yeah. So this is the most important part because you can take elements and push them to your screen. I'm just gonna take a button right now and I'm gonna drag and drop it onto my screen. Okay, as you can see now, when I dragged it and I dropped it here, it appeared also on the components part. Yeah, you can see screen 1, which was the main component that was part of the app, and then now the button that I just dragged and dropped with it, which is there. The most important thing, in my opinion, when working on an important app in App Inventor and Thunkable is renaming the elements so it makes sense. We are going to build an app who just speaks a little bit of text while you push a button. Yeah, so it's like the most simple app that you can build with App Inventor. But my point with this live session is not to teach you in 1 hour how to use App Inventor, but just give you a little bit of pointers to understand the basics, and then you can go and study by yourself with the resources that we gave you. Okay, so I'm just gonna rename the button. I'm just gonna rename it, and I'm just gonna put a new name, talk button. Okay, so we have the talk button. When I renamed the button, the text on top of the button did not rename, and it is very well because that was not what I was trying to do. So we have to understand the difference between the name of the component and the name that is on top of the component. Okay, like the text on top, how it's here, text for button 1. Yeah, and we renamed the component itself because we will use this component in our code, and that will be a very important part in our app. Okay, as you can see, there's a new tab here. It's called properties, and here you have all the properties of the component that you have clicked on right here. So if I would take, for example, a checkbox and just add it here just for fun to see what it is, you can see that the properties change as I click on the component itself. I can also delete a component, and I will do that for the checkbox because I just use it for this example. Okay, so I'm just going to delete it. There you go. And we are going to just modify a little bit of the properties here so you can see what is going on. Here is something with a background. We can just choose a different background. Let's say an orange because I love orange, and also because it's part of the colors of the hardcore entrepreneur design. Okay, so we're just gonna choose orange here. Font size, you can choose whatever. I'm gonna put 20, let's say. Yeah, font size. You can also have a font type. Yeah, you can have the default one. Okay, sans serif or serif. Yeah, or monospace. You understand this stuff. I'm just gonna put monospace. Now we will have the height and width. I'm just gonna let them automatic because it will just modulate itself after the button. And if I want to put a background image, I can also do that. I will not do that because it will make the button ugly, but yeah, you have the possibility of doing that if you want to. And in some cases, it will make the button beautiful, but not in my case right now. You can also do a shape. We can do rounded or rectangular or oval. The oval one is the ugliest, I think, but the rounded one looks quite nice. So I'm just gonna put the round one. Also, you can see now here the text for button, yeah, the one that is on top of the button. So we are going to rename this one. I'm just going to say, talk to me, okay, because it will be the point of everything is to talk, yeah. And as you can see here, I have also an alignment. The alignment does not refer to the element itself, but it refers to the things that are inside the element, such as the text. Yeah. Now it is centered because we have it centered, but just for you to know, yeah, it is referred to the elements inside of the element. If we want to center the element, we have to go to the one that it is bigger, that is contained, that contains this element. Yeah. Okay, I think I made a mistake here by saying talk like that. Oh no, it should have a C also. Or not? I don't know. We're just gonna say text to speech. So it's correct because I'm having a little blank right now. Okay. I'm just gonna rename this one also. Might have made a mistake there also, but anyway, we're just gonna go to screen one and see the properties for screen one, and now we're gonna do modifications for this one also. Yeah, so we can see the horizontal alignment, which I wanted to do. We can make it in center. Yeah, you can see how the element just moved into the center. Also, horizontal alignment, we can use this one and also center it. A vertical one, yeah, make it center also, so we are able to do this little thing here. Okay, so this is for the design. You kind of get the point of what is going on around here. Yes. Also, if you want to add background image or this kind of things, it is really simple to do that. And you have to know that each element that we add here has different properties. Yeah. So if you will add a label, for example, it would have different properties here. and also anything else, yeah, would just depend on whatever element you chose. We are going to need another element, an element that is an invisible one, yeah? So we are going to go to media, I think. Yes, we're gonna go to media and we're just gonna grab text to speech and just drop it here. As you can see, it did not add it on the screen since it is a non-visible component, and it is added right here on the on the bottom of the screen. Another thing that is really important for us to know is the part that we need to make code. Yeah. So if you look here on this menu, yeah, you have screen one, add screen. We're going to look at this one also. But also we have here designer and blocks. Really awesome white space that it is empty right now, and the option to go back to the designer. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the sections here because these are really important as well. So you have here the built-in blocks, and these ones are the ones that you will always have in any project, not depending on what elements you have entered yourself. Yeah, so you have the control, so you have the traditional if then, yeah, if then else, and then you have lots of other ones. You have also loops, yeah, for each, for example, yeah, for each key in value. You have different loops also, while test. For example, something that we will use today is open another screen. Yeah, let's say that you've made two screens in your app and you want a button that will make it so you open another screen. Maybe you need to open another screen with a start value, which would be really nice. Yeah, and you also have logic elements, true, false, equal, and, or, not, yeah, which are really important. Also math elements, if you need to build a little algorithm to calculate things, and just understand that this equal here, it's a bit different from this one here, because this one will compare true and false values, and this one will compare numerical values. Yeah, you have adding, subtracting, multiplying. Yeah, so all this kind of mathematical things. You also have text. For each one, you will have to kind of just know English to understand what they do. For example, we have something that you can use quite a lot when you use text pieces is if something is contained. Yeah, if a piece of text is contained in a bigger string, for example, and you can use this one, and quite a lot of other type of texts. You also have lists, dictionaries, colors, yeah, variables, which are really important to just store your values. And you should definitely go and check more about variables in the tutorials that I showed you on YouTube. There I have quite a lot of information about variables and how to use them in the second part of the videos. And we also have procedures. If you are a little bit more advanced, you can use procedures. It's basically a function that you build yourself somehow. If it's quite a simple explanation, but it's not totally accurate, but you get the point. So this is all the built-in blocks, but you also have for each specific element that you added, you have your own specific blocks to that element itself. For example, I have a button here, so then I have when text-to-speech button is clicked, yeah, point click, then it can do something. And I'm gonna drag this on this screen. Okay, Also, if I go here, I can see more properties. Yeah. For example, we can see some of the properties that we changed. As you can see, the background color, the let's see, the font. Yeah, you can change them from code also, not only from the designer part here. Yeah, so everything that you can see here can be also changed in blocks with the properties. The properties look like this, so they are green. Yeah, just so just so you know, and this is the structure that you basically have for each element. Yeah, you have a few control blocks, and then you have a few properties controls. Okay, and then if we go here, we can see that we have more things. Yeah, we have the properties that we know already how to use because we looked before. We also have the control version, but we also have here a procedure. Yeah, as you can see, it's the same color. Okay, the same color as the procedures here. So some of the components will have procedures. Okay, so some kind of functions basically that you can use before, and we will use one of these functions. Yeah, we will click on it and drag it here. So if I read it in simple English, I will understand what is going on. So I don't need to know program that I'm building. Yeah. So it's basically when text to speech button dot click, you say that you can say is clicked. Yeah. Do call text to speech, which is our invisible element. Yeah. Non-visible element. Point speak message. So can does somebody want to translate what this means in a normal language, let's say? Yeah, that if you understand, you can say it in Romanian if you want, just to say in normal language what this is and what is happening over here. You can just unmute yourself and say it.
So basically, if you press the button, then it will say the thing that you're gonna write there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a extremely simple thing. I just wanted to check if you guys are still with me here because I spoke for a long time. Yeah. Okay. It is basically extremely simple what is. So if you know English, you will be able to work with this. Yeah. Of course, it can get quite complicated quite fast, but it's not impossible to understand how things work. Yeah, here. So what we are going to do is we're gonna add a message here in this message box. We're gonna go from text and just get an empty text, and I'm just gonna say awesome, you not caps lock, build your first app. And now I would like to test my app. Because I have a new laptop since yesterday, I was not able to show to you exactly how to test it on screen, but I will have my phone. I will show you how to test it from the computer, and also how to put it on your mobile phone. But you will not be able to see in the same time the screen of my computer and also the screen of my phone in the same time. Yeah, sadly, but you'll get the point. It's really simple. Yeah, so what you have to do is go to connect, go to AI companion, and you will have a QR code. This QR code, it should work only if you are in the same Wi-Fi connection with the phone and also with the laptop or the computer that you are using. So don't try to scan this one because it most likely will not work to you, and also may mess up. Yeah, exactly what I said. Yeah, do not do not scan it because it will mess up with my presentation. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it again. I'm gonna do a reset connection. Okay, and I'm gonna go start with just gonna. So I would ask you to scan your own code that has been made by your own app if you did it in the same time, okay? And the one that scanned my code, please close your App Inventor app. So it will reset the connection. By the way, the one that scanned my code, did it work? I'm curious, because it should work only on the Wi-Fi, the same Wi-Fi. Did it work?
No, it didn't.
It didn't. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna connect it, scan it with my phone. The idea is that you need to scan with a certain app. You cannot just scan it with your mobile phone. Okay, you need to go to the App Store or to the Play Store, yeah, and just type in App Inventor, and then you will find the app that you need. Okay, I think somebody has a microphone open and it's a bit distracting. You can just close the microphone if you have it open. Okay, yeah, so I think you can see here. Okay, I'm just gonna unshare, I think. Let's see if you can. It does not recognize my phone because of this background that I have. Anyway, but you will be able to hear it, yeah? When I press the button.
Awesome. You build your first app.
Yeah, you can hear how it's doing what I told it there, yeah?
Awesome. You build your first app.
Yeah, so it's just like the most simple app that you can build with this thing, but you get a little bit of point on how things work. Yeah, I want to show you a few other things in App Inventor. For example, let's just go and grab a sensor. Yeah, let's go and grab an accelerometer sensor. We're just gonna drop it in here also. Okay, and then we are going to go in blocks, and as you can see now it has appeared here in the screen one components. If I click on it, I will have, see, all the properties that I need and also all the control elements that I need. So I will take a control element. Yeah, when the accelerometer sensor is shaking, do, and what I wanted to do is the same thing that I did here. I will not duplicate it, even though I can do that. I can just right click on it and click duplicate. I will not do that, and I will use something different. I will just click on the white stuff here, and I will just say, I will start typing what I want to search for. For example, call. Okay, so when I type call, I can see all the functions that have the call word inside them. Yeah, and now we can see, okay, call text to speech dot speak. I click on it, and I'm seeing not quite the one that I wanted, right? Because it doesn't look like this one. I'm gonna try the different one. Okay, and as you can see, now I can, for example, if I have two text-to-speech elements here, components actually, yeah, I would be able to use this one and say which component I'm using it for, but it's just too complicated to do that right now, and it doesn't really have sense because we only have one component of this type, yeah. So I showed you how to search for elements, which is really important because you need to, oops, there's, sorry, yeah, because you need to search sometimes maybe you will not find the element that you need when you are doing doing things around here, and maybe you know how it's called and you're just gonna search it here. It is a bit complicated because it does not have a search bar. You just kind of have to know that if you start typing, you will get the search bar activated somehow. Okay, so I'm just gonna place this one here, and I'm just gonna add another message which says stop shaking. Let's see. Stop shaking. Now I'm going to connect again with my app.
Awesome. You build your first app.
No, there's a little problem. I need to, please don't scan my code. Thank you very much. Okay, scanned it myself. Sometimes we can just
Stop shaking.
see if I move my phone.
Stop shaking.
Yeah,
Stop
I don't know if
shaking.
you can see. It just activated the accelerometer sensor from my phone. Yeah, so basically, if you guys have any ideas of app that use,
Stop shaking.
oh, okay, it's it's shaking still. If you have any ideas of apps that need to use the sensors from your phone, just imagine how many things you can do, right? Because you have accelerometer sensor, you have barcode scanner, barometer, clock, gyroscope sensor. Yeah, you have all these stuff that most of the phones have. So you are able to, if you want, you can think of your phone as a little robot that you can make and manipulate in however way you want, and just improve life basically. Just having all these sensors that you usually probably don't use while you use your phone generally, right? You maybe use the accelerometer one for tilting the screen, for example, I would say, yeah, and maybe for some other things. But the point is that you can build something really, really awesome with everything that you have here. And also the social part, the media, yeah, there's quite a lot of things going on around here also. As I said in the beginning, I wanted to show you one more thing. For example, what happens if you have two screens? Because most likely you will have more than one screens, I hope, yeah. And you can just go and add screen, and you can add a screen name. I'm just gonna let it be screen 2. It is important that you note that the S in the beginning is uppercase, okay, and the 2 is united with the word screen, okay. I'm just gonna go okay. I'm gonna press okay, and as you can see, now I have screen 2, and I have no elements on screen 2 because I have no elements. I'm just gonna do a simple things that makes more sense. I'm just gonna add background color. Yeah, so okay, the error from the AI companion was there. I'm just gonna add the color so we can see that things are happening when I want them to happen. Okay, I'm gonna go again here. You see, while pressing up, you can just go to screen 1 again and do modifications. I'm just gonna add another button here from user interface, add a new button. I'm not going to do anything to it other than change the name on it and just say change screen. Okay. And I'm going to go on blocks, then on the button 1. Now you can see what I meant by changing the names of the buttons of the element itself. Yeah, because now I was like, oh, which button should I take? Obviously not the text to speech button because I already used that one, and this button right here. So I just went, yeah, when button 1 that click, I put it here. This is a very important thing because everybody will use these things. Then I'm going to go on control, search for open another screen. I'm not gonna choose the start value one because we don't need it right now. Let's say, for example, if you have an authentication app, basically that needs a person to authenticate, you will also probably use this because in the first screen you will authenticate and then you'll need to keep the key of the authenticated person to the second screen from your database. So it can be activated again and again whenever you need it. So this would be a good use for this, but we're just gonna use this one, and we are going to choose from here screen number 2. Okay, so I'm going to
Stop shaking.
okay, so I'm gonna stop shaking. I'm gonna reset the connection. It should appear right now on my screen. Okay, it's not. I'm just gonna hard reset it. This is something that you have to do quite a lot in App Inventor because it's not the best system to test your apps, but it is quite good. Let's go on AI Companion again, scan code. Scanning the code.
Stop shaking.
And we have the 2 buttons here. If I'm going to press on the button, change screen button, yeah, you can see how also in App Inventor everything goes from the first screen to the second screen. And on my phone, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can though, there's the cyan color that I used before. Yeah.
Stop shaking.
So
Stop shaking.
this is what happened here. I want to ask you if you have specific questions on what I showed you so far. So I will wait a few, just 1 or 2 minutes to see if you have specific questions about App Inventor that you want to ask right now. And if not, then we will go to Thunkable, but maybe I'm thinking that you have some questions. Just let's say if you have any questions. Okay, if nobody has any questions, I have a question. Okay, there is Nicolae Răzvan. You can ask your question.
Unde găseam butonul pentru codul QR? Sau unde găseam codul QR? N-am văzut partea aceea.
Okay, so first of all, you need to. So his question is about the QR code. Where can we find it? First of all, you need the app installed on your phone. Yeah, you need to have App Inventor app on your phone. Do you have that?
No.
Okay, so first you need to go to the App Store or Google Play Store and install. Yeah, just type in App Inventor and you will find. Okay, let's do it. I'm just gonna search for it here. Let's say Google Play. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna search for App in for books. I want the apps, not the books. Maybe because I'm from a computer. Wait, all results. Okay, yeah. So this is the logo of App Inventor, and this is the thing that you need to install. Yeah, MIT AI2 Companion. Okay, it will be the same logo on Apple as well. This is a really nice thing because last year you were not able to build on Apple as well. You just had to build it only on Android, but now they made an update and you also can build apps on iPhone, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so it's this thing, yeah. And then you will go in App Inventor, you will click connect and then select AI Companion, which I cannot select right now because I already connected my app with this, yeah. And then when you press on it, the QR code will show up, yeah. And then you scan it from the app and then it will be. I'm with me today. Has anybody built what I have built right now here on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome, good. Thank you. Are the hands that you raised because you said yes that you built or because you had a question? Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, so somebody said no for everybody. Good. Then we are going to go to the next app. And wait, before actually, I want to show you something. So we have the opportunity to connect our app with the AI companion, as I showed you before. But when you will need to submit your app, you will need to go to the build section and give us either one of these two. Yeah, you will have a workshop on how to use GitHub. Yeah, and you will need to give us either this or this file on GitHub. Yeah, so we will have access to your code. I would say the Android app bundle more than the Android app. Yeah, so do not give us an APK, better give us an AAB. Yeah, and you will just have to click on it. Okay, the build server is currently busy. Try again in a few minutes. Anyway, yeah, you will probably be able to do it when you will do it for real. Yeah, you will just have to build, okay, build app bundle, and then send it to us in the same way that our colleagues will teach you how to do it in the next seminars. Okay, but we will speak more about this, and maybe we'll make a short video about it so you know exactly how to submit your app if it was built with App Inventor. We will go now on Thunkable. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go here and just type Thunkable. Okay, Thunkable, it is really similar to App Inventor. The only thing is it was built as a profit project. Yeah, so App Inventor is completely, absolutely free. You do not have to pay anything for anything, and you have the full version of it. For Thunkable, sadly, if you want to keep your work private, you will need to buy the platform. I do not recommend buying it, since you are doing this for just this contest maybe, and you don't mind if somebody from China sees your code, because it doesn't really matter, you know. It is something that you thought, and you're, you know, it's okay. So what you need to do is sign up or log in. I'm gonna log in because I already have an account, but you can go and click on sign up. Yeah, and then you can just go and click. Yeah, there were 3 options there: Google, Apple, or something else. I do not remember what was around there. Yeah, and just click so you can sign up. The idea is that you're gonna find tons of featured projects and tutorials, because it is in their best interest to teach you how to use their app, because they want to sell it to you. Yeah, so you would have the opportunity of learning and then using their app and maybe pay for it eventually. As I said, I do not recommend paying for it, since you do not need to pay for the app. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and create a new project. Yeah, create a new app. I'm gonna say, yeah, hardcore entrepreneur. See that here it is made public. If I'm going to click this, down is gonna tell me that I have to that I will have to make to pay for it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say create. Okay, I need to take a category. I'm just gonna say education, because this is what we are doing here right now. And yeah, select drag and drop builder. Okay. Okay, as you can see, it is pretty much the same as App Inventor. Correct? Yeah, you can see the same sections that are over here. It is just a little bit different. I would say it's a bit more modern, if you wish. Yeah, it kind of looks better in my opinion, and it's 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 more pleasant to work with this one, but it's like that because you have the option of paying for it, and it's normal. Um, Again, if you want to do the same kind of things, yeah, you can just drag and drop a button. As you can see here, you have more more options. Yeah, to do everything, like place them however you want, but most likely it will be the best if you select the options also from the properties column, exactly how you want everything to be. Yeah, you have the text here, you have the font. As you can see, you have more fonts on this one. Even with the colors, you can have tons of colors. Yeah, in App Inventor, sadly, you cannot have any color that you want. So there are a few things that are better in Thunkable. For example, the design part, in my opinion, Thunkable is really nice, and you can make more stunning designs with Thunkable rather than with App Inventor, which is kind of old a little bit and does not give you the whole picture. Let's say, yeah, you cannot have all the colors, you cannot have lots of fonts and stuff like that, sadly. Yeah, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna do kind of the same thing, yeah, with the orange orange color. And as you can see, if you go further into the properties here, you have tons and tons of properties. And as you can see, something is sort of missing, not missing, but is different. Here in Designer, you have the components right over here, and then you have the properties over here. And in Thunkable, you do not have that. You have the components, and then if you scroll down, you have all the properties. But if you click here on the little button, yeah, then you have the other stuff that you need over here. And let's say let's just add another element so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you see how you need to select them from the screen here or from here. So this, okay. Just a second. I do not know how to get rid of this. Because I just want to. Okay, there you go. So comparing with App Inventor, yeah, you have the components over here and the properties over here. As I said, here you have the components here and all the properties over here, and then you have tons of more properties as you need it. Here also you can add screens, of course, create new screen, and it is a bit nicer. Yeah, you have the screen one, and you can also preview the first screen and everything. Again, you have how it is here. You have designer and blocks, and in Thunkable you have here design and blocks. As you can see, what is really nice is that they kind of use the same colors to color code everything. So control, it will always be this kind of an orange yellowish thing. Yeah, for logic, it's always kind of a greenish thing. Yeah, math is always blue. So if you've worked in any other non-code app builders, the colors will be the same. Even for the variables, you would have this kind of a red, orange kind of a color. I don't know. Yeah, so they're all the same. So if you know one of them well, you will kind of understand the other ones because they are similar. Yeah. So now you can see the core ones. Yeah, the core the core controls here, exactly how it was here, the built-in ones. Okay, so you have the control. It's basically the same, but just a little bit different. You have the logic, yeah, math, text, lists, colors, device, objects, variables, functions. See, here is named functions, here is named procedures. So it is pretty much the same thing. And then you have quite a lot of app features that you can use here by default. So these you in here you do not necessarily have to add all the components that you need because you have some of them built in, basically. Yeah, the app features that are already there. So this is how App Inventor works. Yeah, let's try to build a little app here. Yeah, since we've done it on the other one. Let's see, from button, when button is clicked, say hello in English. Yeah, and the really nice thing that I really appreciate about Thunkable is the fact that you can see what you are doing straight from your computer. So you don't necessarily have to download the app on your phone to see how it looks, even though it's a good idea to do that because you can see it better. I'm just gonna use a web preview, gonna press the button, and it's the exact same thing that we did in App Inventor. We did it in Thunkable, and it's quite easy. And I do like that you have the possibility of previewing this in your own browser. But if you do want to use it on your phone, you can do a live test on your device. But first, of course, you will have to download Thunkable, yeah, on your phone, exactly as you would do with App Inventor. So they're really similar. Yeah, App Inventor was first, and then Thunkable kind of copied like everything, and they asked money for it. But they're really awesome. Both products are really awesome, and you can use both of them. Yeah, I would say use whichever one you want, and if you need any help with either one of them, I would say just watch tutorials for App Inventor, watch tutorials for Thunkable, and just try to figure out which ones you need. If you need, for example, a better design, I would say go with hardcore with Thunkable. Yeah, because it gives you the opportunity of building nicer interfaces. For example, if you need for an app that has quite a lot of things going on in the background and you need premium stuff like databases and accounts and trying to make a really big code in the back, and the part that is visual is not as important as the code in the back, I would say go with App Inventor because you have everything unlocked because it's completely free. Yeah, so you will not have any issues with things like, okay, you are not able to use this because you haven't paid for it. Yeah, usually what they do is they are not going to let you publish on any app store if you don't pay for it. So this is like the main thing that they do not allow you to do. And the other things are quite okay. I mean, they're available, but just to be sure, this is how it works. So another thing that is really important, I showed you already this part. I showed you everything that I showed you in App Inventor. Also, the components part, you should just a second. I think there's something. Yeah, the preview was still open. That's why I was not able to click on anything around here. Yeah. What I would say is about the components. Yeah, try to find all the components that you need. There's a lot of components going on. Let's say if you find the accelerometer. Okay, let's say fun sensors. Okay, there might be a little bit of limited things going on in Thunkable, more than I thought before I tested it. So App Inventor may be still the best one if you want to do something really complicated, as in sensors, code, and stuff like that. If you have a really good idea that doesn't need tons of code and needs the best design that you can do, Thunkable is the one. I also wanted to show you how to share this. This one is easier to share. You have a share button. Also, okay, yeah, this link will expire after 60 days. Yeah, it tells you generate link. So this is the awesome part about Thunkable. You will not have to give us the code itself, because you can just generate the link and post the link in your application with the app. When you send us the app, you will just send us a link. So this is the more simple part that you can do. So it is, you have to understand that there is benefits and benefits for each app that you're going to use. Yeah, so this one, Thunkable, is easier to use, more design worthy, cooler, and stuff like that. Yeah, but App Inventor is the hardcore one that you can build almost anything with that you want for free, even though it doesn't look as amazing as this one. Yeah, so just choose the one that it is most important for you, most that you like the most, and use that one. Of course, if you are going to use one of these two, if you are going to use Unity or Android Studio, go ahead. It is good as well. I just wanted to show you the basic stuff that you can do with these ones. Just go and explore. I don't want to make this workshop any bigger, yeah, any longer, because it doesn't, there's no point to it to make it longer than this. As long as you understand the basic concepts of these two apps, you will be able to use them rigorously without any problems, but you will have to check out the resources that we gave you, and also the resources that the apps themselves give you. Yeah, so for App Inventor, you have the resources here. Yeah, in resources. In Thunkable, you have the resources in the sign-in page. Over here, yeah, you have the featured projects that you can open. Even if you open a new project, yeah, let's just say test 2, just education again, and I'm just gonna press create. As you can see, the design is a little bit different because I chose a different, I didn't choose the drag and drop version. Yeah, so this one has 2 versions, but it's basically the same thing. Yeah, you can see it's exactly the same thing. It only has, as I see, a little bit more elements here. So the difference that I did right now, okay, I want to show you this because I think it's important. When I created the app, I did not check this box, the use and drag and drop builder. So you can use either the drag and drop builder that we used before, which is a more simpler version, or you can use the normal one that I opened right now. Yeah, that you can, and you can do basically the same things. It gives you more information in a not so friendly environment, I would say. Yes. And I think I had a point before saying this. I do not remember exactly what I wanted to share with you when I opened the test one, to be honest. If you can help me, has anyone, oh yeah, the resources, I think, yes. The resources, the tutorials. As I can see here, it does not show up a tutorial, sadly, but it should on this other one. Anyway, you can just go to the featured projects. Let's say the translator, for example, and you can either, you can copy projects, you can see inside to see what was going on over there and how they built it. Yeah, you can see all the elements, all the blocks that they've used for it. Oh, they haven't, or oh yeah, on the home, yeah, you can see it gets complicated a little bit, but it's not as complicated as you think it would be, because it's just basic stuff. And if you build it, if you slowly build it, then then you will understand what is going on. Yeah, you can also go to public gallery, community projects, and I'm pretty sure if you go on Thunkable, you can find the resources. Yeah, let's just go on the front page again. You should be able to find, let's say, docs. Yeah, here in docs, just go here, and you have quite a lot of everything you need. Another thing that I want to tell you.
Your microphone is off.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I was kicked from the meeting somehow. I don't know exactly how, but yeah. Okay, so we were speaking about documentation. As you can see here, there's tons of things. You just have to work and look and search for the things that you need the most for your app. Another thing that I wanted to tell you is that the app was built, Thunkable, not only for educational purposes, but also for actual app building itself. Yeah, so there are actual developers that work with Thunkable, the paid version, of course, to build apps that are on the App Store, and nobody really knows that they are building Thunkable, because you don't necessarily need to build something with something really hard, yeah, or complicated as a software. If your program is very simple, yeah, if your app is very simple, you might as well just go and do it with a simple one. If you do not find what you need in Thunkable or in App Inventor, then you need to go to Android Studio. If you cannot do with Android Studio what you want to do, then go with Unity or any other software that you like. But just choose the best one that gives you the most time to understand what you are doing and gives you the most opportunity to just build whatever you need. Yeah. So we will not judge the projects differently if they are built in different apps. So if you build the app in Unity and it doesn't work, you don't get more points than a person who builds an app in Thunkable that works. Yeah, just because you worked more. So the idea is the result is the most important one. So you have to analyze the idea of your app, analyze what you need for it, and then go ahead and use the software that you need for that app to work best for you. Okay, I think now I will give you the opportunity to ask me a few questions if you want to, and this is it for today. Yeah, let's have, let's say, 5 minutes for questions if you have any questions, either about what we did so far. Okay, Alexandra, you can ask me the question.
I was wondering, what can Android Studio do that Thunkable or App Inventor can't?
To be fair, at this point, I wouldn't know exactly what to say. I'm gonna stop the share because Thunkable and App Inventor are built built in the image of Android Studio somehow. So if you understand this, if you understand Thunkable, and if you understand Android, you will understand, of course, Thunkable and the App Inventor, and the same way it goes like that. The main thing I would say is that you have the opportunity to write your own code. As you can see in Thunkable and in App Inventor, you have pre-made pieces of code. Yeah, so you are not able to go inside that little bucket of code there and just modify things. But in Android Studio, you are able to just go and do anything and everything and modify everything, which is of course a bit more complicated, but it gives you just more opportunity to build exactly what you need. And also in the design area, you will not have any restrictions whatsoever. So you will be able to build exactly what you want with exactly the visuals that you want, because App Inventor and Thunkable have a little bit of restrictions. Yeah, they thought about some things and they're gonna say, okay, the designs of our apps that are built in these two softwares are gonna look kind of like this. So Android Studio does not have any restrictions. Yeah, it's a basic, not a basic, it's like a very complex software, and you can build anything with it. And my colleagues will show you how to use it. And I really want you guys to participate in the Android one as well, so you can really understand if you want to use Android Studio or if you want to use Thunkable or App Inventor or whatever you want to use. Yeah, so you just need to be there to get the good decision going on. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Covaciu?
Yes, I was about to ask you, in terms of complexity, which one of these two apps, App Inventor and Thunkable, is more complex?
Complexity of code or?
In use. I mean, which one is more complex to
You
use?
mean which one is harder to use?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say they're both kind of the same level. So I wouldn't say that you have one of them is harder than the other, really. It's just they're really similar, and either one you use, it's gonna have a little bit of advantages and disadvantages, but basically it's kind of the same. I wouldn't say that one of them is more complicated. Maybe a little bit App Inventor would be a little bit more complicated because it has an old design. The design of the app itself is a bit older. Maybe that would be the only reason, I would say. Other than that, nothing. Nicolae?
Okay.
Yes, it's about it's not about these two apps, but more about the contest as a whole.
Okay.
I wasn't around at the opening event, and I haven't watched the înregistrare, the
Okay.
video. Are we allowed to make stuff like Unity games, or as long as we make money out of it, are we allowed to do it?
Okay, so I would also recommend that you definitely watch the registration of the recording of the main event, okay, because it will be really important for you to understand everything that we said over there. It's not a long event, you can skip through it, but also you'll have quite a lot of good information there in that video. But my answer for you is you can build any app, any game, any whatever, but the idea has to be helpful in a way. So it cannot just be a game that is just a game. It can be a game that is trying to solve a problem. So I would say, if it's a game that educates, if it's a game that deals with, I don't know, psychological issues, or with learning a language, or with
Strategy games, do they count? Strategy games like cards, chess.
If I might intervene a little bit.
Okay.
I'm Maria Dascalu. I'm among the organizers. So strategic games, in my opinion, a short answer, no. What you have to solve a problem. What is the problem? If you want to say that strategic games can improve logics or I don't know, attention of children or something like that, yes. So it is very important how you explain the purpose of your game. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes,
So,
I understand.
so
Like
if you
how to make decisions and so.
yeah, if you present them, if you just say strategic games, I will say not. But if you say this strategic game can help me take decisions, or I don't know, make decisions for a certain scenario, and yeah, then it's yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. For
And
example,
there-
okay.
And
Sorry.
very important, if you develop in Unity, you have to deploy it on Android. So it has to be a mobile game, okay?